the trick in making my love stick? What's the trick? Two gentlemen of elegant appearance in a state of...
Welcome back to another episode. It's not even an episode of Man's Chats. Instead of talking to anybody, you'll be listening for myself. Because I got some advice. Somebody actually said to me recently about one of my podcasts. I said, why don't you tell us some things about what you've done instead of listening to other people? So you've got some experience. And I'm going to talk about, as you've seen on the screen, about relationships. But don't worry, I'm not going to be an agony aunt or tell you anything that you don't already know about your own relationship. I'm talking about hospitality relationships and how you can build that within your club. As everyone may know, I worked for Munster Rugby for over 11 years, both in Thomond Park and Musgrave Park, where I looked after our hospitality product, made sure that it was to the standard that we really wanted it to be, and made sure that we grew that to whatever way we financially could be, but also that the opportunities were there to take that into other sponsorship elements. So a lot of brands will go to hospitality first to get an experience at the club. And I was very, very aware from minute one the importance of relationships that would bring to it. So everyone, when they think of hospitality, they automatically think of the food and the amount of people in the room and the corporate element to it. But what's also people forget about is a lot of people that go to a corporate hospitality event are fans of the club. And they just happen to be in organizations that see the financial and commercial value of that hospitality product. And I was very quick to realize that relationships matter in those conversations, where they come back to it regularly. So I'll give you a couple of examples from big games we had in Thomond Park. I had one particular client who was obsessed with the location of his table. It had to be in the same spot. His match tickets had to be in the same location. And he had to be of ease and knowledge of where he had to go to so all his clients would be there. He also had to be in one of the Pacific seats so he could see the stage much easier than anybody else. And he took that as a personal thing. And he wanted to make sure he stayed to that when I first came involved. So I made sure that he was in that spot all the time. But I also then went at the start of every season and I contacted him first before anybody else and said to him, do you want to renew your table? Do you renew your seats? We've got them organized for you. That's absolutely no problem at all. You're the first person I'm speaking to. Also, can I get you a bit of advice? Can you tell me what you thought of hospitality product? Who should we get as guest speaker? Who should we get as the corporate gift? What should we look to do at the event? Is there anything you would change? What about the food in the morning time? His industry was in the food industry, so we were asking about desserts. What did he think of those desserts, and what advice would I give? Why was I doing that? Not necessarily just to pick up the advice he was giving, because it was very sensational advice, but also to make him feel that he was on the inside, to make him feel that he was part of it, that it wasn't just a commercial product and he was going to watch a game and then going home afterwards. No. This was more than that. This meant more than that. So he felt he was part of the decision-making process. So he would advise, let's say, I like this particular guest speaker. I think that would be very good. And if we agreed, we'd go and get him. And if we did, we'd contact him beforehand and go, just to let you know, thank you so much for the person X. He said yes, and we have him this weekend. And again, it just links him in and links him connected into what we were looking to do. That whole experience then meant you add on to that then on match day. When it came to match day, we get a player or a coach or someone that was involved with the club to just go over and say hello. That was all it was. It wasn't even a long-term chat. It was just to say hello to him, get his name right, so that everybody at his table automatically went, oh my God, this guy knows people. He's high up in this club. This is fantastic, which helps him. And it made him feel, again, connected to the club, connected to the hospitality product. Renewing that contract was probably the easiest contract you're looking to renew, purely because of that long-term relationship creation piece and making them feel part of something bigger than just themselves. Talking about making people bigger than just themselves, I remember once Munster played Toulouse in the biggest European Cup game back in 2013. Biggest European Cup game that had been done at the stadium for quite some time. And Toulouse, being a massive French club, brought all over their superstar players to Thomond Park. It was going to be one of those fantastic days. What we did is we went to our loyal customers who'd been there every single match, and we said to them, here's your price, here's a discounted price, and we're going to you for 7 days, offering it to you for 7 days before we go on general sale. We were inundated with people for general sale. So we went to these individuals first and said, look, do you want to buy your table? 90% of them bought their table, including a small little company from Limerick who this was their whole marketing budget, their hospitality product at Munster. This is where they felt they got their most return for their investment and anything they were doing. So 2 weeks down the line, our hospitality product is now completely sold out for that game. And we were doing an event down in the Strand Hotel. And that was selling out really quickly as well. And we were probably looking at a third venue. And one of the global brands that you could think of, and I'm not going to mention them, but you can imagine a kind of type of global brand I'm talking about, came along to me and said, we really want to be in the stadium. How much for a stadium table? And I was saying, sorry, they're completely sold out. Sponsors are taking them, or three-match pack holders are taking them, or season ticket holders are taking them. And we were completely sold out. They contacted that small little company in Limerick because they'd found out that they were a long-term season ticket holder or hospitality ticket holder. They contacted that company in Limerick and tried to buy the table off them for double the price. That particular CEO from that company in Limerick rang me straight afterwards and was absolutely flabbergasted that I hadn't, in essence, kicked him out of the room to give it to this global brand. That shows the power that hospitality product would do, is that he never left me. From 2013 to when I left in 2021, he took a table at every single major match that Munster had. And he felt the loyalty to it. He brought other customers along with him. He got those customers to buy things. He would regularly contact me and make me feel part of it. All because of that decision in 2013 to go with him rather than go with the global brand. Also, what's really interesting is the global brand then saw, we need to be a season ticket holder at Munster Rugby because we want to get the potential of a home quarter final. So next year, and the year after, and the year after that, they bought season ticket holders, season tickets as well. In fact, they went on to become a sponsor of the club. It's a really interesting way of looking at how you do with hospitality. You've got to get out of the mindset of it's just the game, because you can't control the game. You can't control the results that happen on the field. What you can control is the quality of your staff, what relationships they can give add-ons. So whether that's walking in the door at reception, whether that's the security guard when you come up the stairs to show your hospitality pass, whether that's the event manager in the room, whether that's the MC, whether that's the players, whether that's the non-playing staff, all those little tidbits allow you to get that relationship with your customer. So it's, again, not just about what happens on the field, not just what happens with the food. They're all very important parts of it, but they're not the be-all and end-all. The relationship piece is the be-all and end-all. If you treat your customer like just a customer, and that's all they are, and then you're going to danger of them going somewhere else. Just an interesting tidbit for you. Anyway, I said I'd give you a quick conversation with this. Someone had asked me to show me on some little bits. Do a couple more videos in and around Christmas time about different elements that I'm looking at. And if you have any advice, or if you want to ask me any product that you think when it comes to hospitality or sponsorship or global events or anything about growing your brand, please let me know. Send a copy down at the bottom of the information. For more information on what I do and who I am, please contact amsc.se. They've got all the details. It'll come flying down at the very bottom. No, there it goes. The amsc.se is my website. Anthony.Morrissey at amsc.se. Or you can find me on LinkedIn, you can find me on Facebook, or you can find me anywhere where you look for AM Sports Consultancy. Look, it's been brilliant talking to you guys as always. Any questions at all, you can fly it my way. My music is going to start kicking me out pretty soon. Have a great day. Have a great week. Always look after the sporting games. Always go to sporting games. As I always say, it's the best way to be. Look after yourselves.